Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Just going to do a wee mid-afternoon Friday video updating on three news sources coming out of Celtic today. First of which was Brendan Rodgers' Friday press conference. Second was Joe Hart's press conference this afternoon. And third is a wee bit of news regarding a young player that Celtic are said to be hoping to sign in the summer transfer window. A player that's been on Celtic's radar for around a year or so. Starting off with Brendan Rodgers' press conference. Brendan Rodgers in a fairly bullish mood, confident going into the game against Motherwell, underplaying and understating the situation that Celtic are in, saying that the title is in our hands, that winning the double is in our hands, and both of those are entirely true. We win our next 12 league games, and we win our next 3 cup matches, and we've won the double. Easier said than done. However, even 11 wins and 1 draw in the league, as long as that draw was one of the 2 matches against Rangers, would again win the title, no matter what our big rivals do on the other side of Glasgow. Rodgers also was saying that he recognises that the performances have been under par. Performances haven't been as good as hoped, also saying that the brand of football hasn't been what he or the Celtic fans or the Celtic players want, and said that in some ways, although the last 10 games are 8 wins and 2 draws, it feels more like 8 losses and 2 draws, which is a slightly odd thing to say. It is 8 wins and 2 draws. The key thing, I think, with regards to those draws was the games against Aberdeen and against Kilmarnock were both games that we were well on top of. Should have put the other opposition away, and we didn't. Also, in the games where we did get a bit of a start, such as Ross County, again, we didn't put Ross County away. The Hibs win, well, it was a nice battling win. In the end, 2-1, but we did rely on an added time penalty kick to give us that winning goal. And so I can kind of see where Rodgers is coming from, but he at least was admitting that the results, the performances, and the style of football wasn't what we as Celtic fans want. He kind of blamed the players for not being forward thinking enough, blamed the players for going backwards and sideways rather than forwards, saying the players need to see that pass forwards, need to be confident to make that pass forward and able to make that pass forward. So he's kind of saying that the Celtic midfielders, the Celtic defenders aren't good enough, they're not able to do a basic pass, and that they're thinking backwards rather than forwards, and sideways rather than forwards, and they aren't playing with the intensity that he wants the players and the team to play with. To which I would have asked, if I was a journalist, why are they not doing it? What are you doing about it in training? How come players last season who were confident making a pass forward, such as Alistair Johnston, Greg Taylor, Cameron Carter-Vickers, aren't doing it this season? How come players such as McGregor and Iwata and O'Reilly and Maeda and Kyogo, etc., why are they not confident about making that pass forward? Why are they not able this year to make a pass forward in terms of confidence and skill? But no one asked that question. As always, it was nice softball questions and answer session. No one really putting Rodgers under pressure. No one really asking him a hard question. No one really asking him to justify anything he was saying. However, he is very hopeful and positive for the weekend, and underplayed the fact that we potentially could be going into the game against Motherwell on Sunday 5 points behind. Equally, we could be going into that game 3 points behind, or still just 2 points behind, depending on how Hart do with Rangers tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Moving on to the Joe Hart press conference, he was mostly talking about how he'd come to the decision to retire. He felt, having played for Celtic, that moving on to any other team would be a downward step, and he was keen to go out on the top, and did say that the players recognised that the performance against Kilmarnock last weekend wasn't good enough. It was a game that they should have put Kilmarnock away, shouldn't have allowed Kilmarnock back into the game, and it does seem that the team has had a good series of meetings on Monday and Tuesday, and Hart was kind of saying that the players are confident, coming together very well as a team, and very positive about the game against Motherwell on Sunday. He didn't go into any details regarding what his plans for the future are, but he was very, very positive and praiseworthy for Celtic as a club, his teammates, and for the fans, all of which is jolly nice. And I have full confidence that Joe Hart is going to perform well to the end of the season. Hopefully we have 15 games and 15 wins, and we win the double, and Joe can retire at the end of May with another 2 trophies to add to his medal cabinet, and a perfect record of 3 league title wins in his 3 seasons. Finally, a wee bit of news regarding a player called Patrick Casey, a young 18-year-old player who is a Republic of Ireland under-19 player. He has dual Northern Irish and Republic of Ireland and English nationality, but he appears at the moment to be intending to represent Ireland internationally. Plays for Charlton, so playing in the English League One. He's only actually made 1 first-team appearance for Charlton. That was a sub-appearance with 2 minutes to go, so not really any history in top-level football as a pro. However, he has had 2 seasons playing for Charlton under-19s and under-21s. Last season, 22-23, a remarkable 42 goals playing for Charlton's 2 youth teams, and this season, 31 goals already in the season for Charlton's 2 youth teams. Player said to be on the scouting radar of Celtic for the last year or so, also being looked at by Brighton, Union Saint-Gilloise and Bruges in Belgium, and does appear to be a player becoming more and more watched by the various different leagues. Good chance that with him having Irish affiliations and considering himself to be Irish, that coming to Celtic might well be high up on his priorities. Also would have the opportunity, I would guess, like a couple of similar signings Celtic's had in the recent years from English academy sides, such as Bozan Lawal, a year or 2 in the B team and youth teams, and then looking for some loan appearances, and then into the first team. I think there's even the possibility that if he does join us in the summer window, we can look at him in the friendlies and the pre-season games and look to see whether he might well be a player, even if he is 18, 19 years old, that he is good enough for top-level first-team football. Would be very interesting to see him come to Celtic. At the moment, can't find any internet footage or scouting videos, highlight videos, which is not too surprising given the fact he's only played in Charlton's youth teams. But if anything does crop up in the next couple of months, we'll do my best to get that added to a video for everyone to have a look at. One wee other bit of news that I forgot to mention rather stupidly as a follow-on from Brendan Rodgers' press conference was that he confirmed that Cameron Carter-Vickers, Alistair Johnston and Odin Thiago Holm are all fit for the Celtic selection on Sunday against Motherwell. The pictures from training at Lennoxtown this morning did show Alistair Johnston and Cameron Carter-Vickers taking fully part in training, both looking very happy and fit, and so very reassuring for the weekend that we'll have two of our best four members back available for selection, and I would guess both of them are going to go straight into Rodgers' team for the game against Motherwell on Sunday. So that just about finishes things off for today. If you have enjoyed today's video, do click that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, new to these videos, do have a wee look at the other videos on the channel, the other content on the channel, such as the viewer polls and the daily trivia question. And do consider clicking that subscribe button. And as always, comment section open for pleasant, polite, constructive, informative points about this video or about Celtic in general, as all part of the channel debate and discussions. So for today, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll be doing a wee video tomorrow morning as a preview of the Motherwell match on Sunday, when I'll do a wee score prediction and starting 11 prediction, and also update on any other news stories coming out in the next 24 hours. And so for today, hail, hail!